Have you ever looked back at the last decade and felt a cold pit in your stomach? It is the year 2026, and the global economy has shifted in ways we never expected. While some people are thriving more than ever, others are still stuck in a cycle of financial struggle despite working harder than they ever have. Think about this for a moment. Warren Buffett, who is now one of the wealthiest people in history, still lives in the same modest home he bought in 1958 for only $31,500. Meanwhile, millions of hard-working professionals with six-figure salaries are currently drowning in debt, trying to keep up with an image that does not exist. The difference is not just about how much money you earn. It is about what you refuse to spend your money on. Are you selling the best years of your life for things that lose their value the moment you touch them? Before we dive into the 7 wealth-destroying traps you must avoid to save your future, please take a second to hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. It helps us reach more people who are ready to take control of their lives. And I want you to do something special today. If you are committed to changing your financial path, comment the words "rich mindset" below. I read every single one of them. Now let us get into the first trap that is quietly eating your future. Item number 1 is luxury watches purchased only for status. In 2026, it is easier than ever to buy a high-end timepiece on credit just to look successful. But the truly wealthy view luxury through a completely different lens. When the average person buys a Rolex or an Omega, they are often trying to signal success to people who do not even care about them. The truly rich approach these items either as assets that will appreciate over time, or they simply do not buy them at all. Consider Bill Gates, who is frequently seen wearing a simple Casio watch worth about $50. He can afford every watch company on the planet, yet he chooses a device that simply tells the time and serves a purpose. Then look at Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, who typically wears an Apple Watch, despite having nearly unlimited resources. These choices are not about being cheap or stingy. They are about understanding that status purchasing is a habit that destroys long-term wealth. If you are buying a watch to prove you have made it, you probably have not reached that level of financial security yet. You are just paying a premium to look like someone you are not. Every dollar you spend on a status symbol is a dollar that could have been earning interest for your retirement or freedom. Quiet luxury is the true signature of those who actually have money in the bank. Item number 2 is fast fashion and trendy luxury clothing that changes every month. We are living in an era of hyper-fast trends, where what is cool today is forgotten by next Tuesday afternoon. Millionaires and billionaires have mastered the art of the capsule wardrobe to save both time and money. Mark Zuckerberg famously wore the same gray t-shirts for years to eliminate decision fatigue in his daily life. Steve Jobs had his signature black turtleneck, which became a global icon of focused leadership. They realized that their mental energy was far more valuable than the contents of their wardrobe. When you buy expensive designer items that go out of style in 6 months, you are literally throwing money into a trash can. The truly wealthy invest in high-quality classic pieces that last for decades rather than weeks. They focus on the fit and the quality of the fabric, rather than the logo plastered on the chest. If you find yourself constantly checking for the next big brand release or seasonal drop, ask yourself why you feel that need. Are you trying to cover up a lack of internal confidence with external labels that lose their luster? The ancient concept of modesty is more relevant in 2026 than it has ever been before. True wealth is quiet, and it does not feel the need to shout from the rooftops with a designer logo. Investing in your skills will always provide a better return than investing in a brand name shirt. Item number 3 is the most dangerous one of all, and that is high-interest credit card debt. As of this year, the average household is carrying more debt than at any other point in modern history. Interest rates on credit cards have climbed toward 25%, making it almost impossible to pay off the principal balance. The wealthy treat credit cards as tools for convenience and rewards, rather than as a way to borrow money they do not have. Unpaid credit card debt is a guaranteed negative 25% return on your hard-earned money. Would you ever sign a contract that guaranteed you would lose a quarter of your wealth every single year? Of course you would not, but that is exactly what you do when you carry a balance month after month. A simple $5,000 balance at these rates can cost you thousands in interest alone over just a few years. That is money that should be growing in your investment account or your emergency fund. Instead, it is being stolen from your future self by a banking institution that views you as a profit center. If you want to be truly rich, you must stop being a source of easy profit for credit card companies. Cut the cards into pieces if you have to, and pay off the highest interest balances first with extreme intensity. This is not just a smart financial move, it is a vital act of self-defense for your family. Item number 4 is oversized housing that far exceeds your actual daily needs. Our culture has programmed us to believe that a bigger house always means a better and more successful life. But in 2026, many people are realizing they have built themselves a golden cage that they cannot escape. A massive home creates a massive drain on your resources that goes far beyond the monthly mortgage payment. You have higher property taxes, higher insurance premiums, and astronomical utility bills every single month. Then you have to spend even more money to fill those empty rooms with furniture and decor that you rarely even use. Warren Buffett's decision to stay in his modest home since 1958 is a masterclass in financial efficiency. He understands that a primary residence is not an investment in the traditional sense of the word. It is a place to live and a place to create memories with the people you love. While your home might appreciate in value over time, it often underperforms the stock market when you factor in all the carrying costs. The wealthy prefer to live in a space that meets their needs while directing their excess capital into assets that actually produce income. If you are working a job you hate just to pay for a house with rooms you never walk into, you are not winning at life. You are simply trapped in a cycle of maintenance and debt. Consider downsizing or choosing a more modest path so you can use that extra cash to buy your freedom instead. Item number 5 is the lottery and any form of emotional gambling. In the United States alone, people spend over $80 billion a year on lottery tickets. That is more than they spend on books, music, movies, and sports tickets combined. The lottery is often called a tax on people who are not good at calculating probability. The odds of winning a major jackpot are approximately 1 in 300 million. You are literally more likely to be struck by lightning twice than you are to win the Powerball. Successful people do not rely on luck to build their future. They rely on strategy and consistent probability. They understand that sustainable wealth comes from activities with a positive expected return over a long period. Gambling promotes a dangerous mindset that financial problems can be solved through a miracle rather than discipline. When you buy a lottery ticket, you are trading your hard-earned money for a few minutes of a fantasy that will never come true. Imagine if you took that same money and invested it in a low-cost index fund every month for 20 years. The result would be a guaranteed fortune rather than a microscopic chance at one. Stop waiting for a miracle from a machine and start building a system that works for you. Item number 6 is the constant need for the newest technology and the latest gadgets. Every time a new phone or laptop is released, millions of people rush to replace perfectly functional devices. They do this because global marketing teams are experts at making you feel like your current technology is obsolete. But in 2026, the improvements between generations are becoming smaller and more incremental. The wealthy approach technology as a tool to get a job done as efficiently as possible. They do not care about having the latest model unless it provides a significant boost to their income. I know executives in Silicon Valley who still use phones that are 3 or 4 years old without any shame. They realize that spending $1,200 every year on a new phone is a distraction from their true goals. That money, if invested wisely, could turn into tens of thousands of dollars over the course of your career. Use your technology until it no longer serves its primary purpose or breaks down completely. Resist the urge to be an early adopter of every new gadget just because it looks shiny in a commercial. Focus on the value the tool provides to your life, not the status of owning the newest version. Item number 7 is investing in things you do not fully understand or cannot explain simply. The last few years have seen a massive rise in complex financial products and dangerous speculative bubbles. From strange digital currencies to complicated day trading schemes, many people have lost their life savings. The truly wealthy follow a very simple rule, which is, if I do not understand how it makes money, I do not buy it. They value the protection of their capital more than the excitement of a high-risk bet. They know that the most reliable path to wealth is often the most boring one to talk about. Low-cost index funds and quality real estate have built more millionaires than any speculative trend ever has. Before you put your money into the next big thing, ask yourself if you can explain it to a 10-year-old. If you cannot explain the mechanics of the investment, you are not investing. You are gambling. Knowledge is the only real protection you have in the rapidly changing financial world of 2026. Take the time to educate yourself and read the fine print before you take any significant risk. As we wrap up today, I want you to think about which of these 7 items has been draining your bank account the most. Is it the constant tech upgrades or the high credit card interest? Or perhaps it is the need to look successful to people you do not even like. The beauty of building wealth is that it does not require a genius level of intelligence or a massive inheritance. It just requires the intentionality to stop doing the things that are keeping you poor. Every dollar you save today is a soldier working for your freedom and your security tomorrow. Imagine a life where you do not have to wake up and worry about bills, because your investments cover your entire lifestyle. That life is completely possible, but it starts with the decisions you make right now. If you found value in this message, please share this video with a friend who needs a financial wake-up call. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to improve your future. And remember to comment Rich Mindset below if you are ready to stop looking rich and start actually becoming rich. The world is full of people trying to impress each other with money they do not have. Be the person who decides to build a lasting legacy instead. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.